Today marks WSU's first game without head coach Nick Rolovich. We're breaking down how the team performed after an emotional week. And health officials are warning of a twin-demic, with the flu and COVID-19 overwhelming hospitals, as local efforts are working to get everyone a flu shot.
We just saw a few showers out there today, but tracking a more significant storm that'll bring us more rain and wind for your Sunday.
Good evening. Great to have you here with us tonight. I'm Joshua Robinson, and as you heard, we are starting off with a look outside. Things today started off sunny and warm. Then the clouds came in, and meteorologist Michelle Boss is joining us now to tell us what else we can expect as we move into a new day and a new week. Michelle?
Yeah, today was relatively quiet. Of course, we had a soggy day yesterday. Got a few showers today, not a whole lot in the rain gauge, as we can see here with some of the rainfall totals over the past 24 hours. I should say past 12 hours, really. But we are expecting more significant rain tomorrow and some wind as well. But at the Spokane airport, just to trace today, at least as of 9:30, Spokane Valley, Pullman, also Coeur d'Alene, about 300ths of an inch, Lewiston, 100th of an inch. But we could see another quarter to a half inch of rain by the start of the work week. Satellite and radar right now showing those very light showers continuing to push through the area. We'll expect more of that this evening. And Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, again, seeing just a little bit of light rain at the moment. We're talking about mainly just rain unless you go above 5,000 feet. And then we do have one winter weather advisory in effect for tomorrow. This is for the areas shaded in purple, including western Okanagan County, the North Cascades, and Washington Pass. We could see as much as 7 to 12 inches of snow above 5,000 feet. So for the few people who might be heading up in those higher elevations, just be prepared for wintry weather. I also said that we're going to see some wind with this next storm. We're looking at gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour in general, but some higher gusts are possible in the areas shaded in tan here from Pomeroy just to the southwest of Lewiston. We could see gusts as high as 55 miles per hour. Right now, temperatures relatively mild for this time of night, generally in the middle and upper 40s. Don't expect it to get too cold tonight with that blanket of clouds, so temperatures will hover in the low to mid 40s. Tomorrow, we'll see the return of more wind and rain, especially for the afternoon and evening, highs in the mid 50s. More showers on Monday, highs in the mid 50s, and guess what? More wind and rain on Tuesday, highs in the lower 50s.
Well, flu season is back, and with the coronavirus still causing havoc, doctors and health practitioners are worried about what they are referring to as a twin-demic. KREM2's Cody Proctor visited Multicare Rockwood Pediatrics during their flu vaccine clinic today to learn more about their efforts to stop it.
Well, staff at Multicare Rockwood expected to vaccinate about 100 children today between the ages of 6 months to 18 years old. Now, one of the reasons for the vaccine clinic is because some healthcare professionals are worried about what they're calling a twin-demic, with both COVID-19 and the flu happening at the same time and potentially overwhelming healthcare systems. Pediatric nurse practitioner Ashley Randleman says parents are often hesitant about getting the vaccine for their children, concerned potentially about potential side effects. However, she says it's very important for kids to get the shot since they're more susceptible and they're back in school.
Especially those that have maybe asthma or some underlying health conditions, those kids are especially at risk for severe illness with the flu, and getting them in and vaccinated is critically important to help ease the burden on the healthcare system and also protect those kids so they don't get so sick.
Randleman says there's still time to get the vaccine, but recommends getting it by Halloween. She says it takes about 2 weeks for the vaccine to become effective. She also says people can still get the flu even if they're vaccinated with the flu shot, but adds that symptoms are often less severe if they've had the vaccine. Randleman says current patients at Multicare Rockwood Clinic can still schedule to get the flu vaccine after today. If they're not a patient, they can also schedule with their own healthcare providers or at a drugstore if they provide it. In the newsroom, Cody Proctor, KREM2 News.
Starting tomorrow, if you're planning on making a call in Washington, you're going to need to start adding the area code to your calls. 10-digit dialing soft launched this April. The dialing charge was required by the dialing change was required by the FCC, but they gave time for callers to adjust to the change. Starting tomorrow, October 24th, 10 digits will be required for all calls. So remember, if you're making an in-state call, you will need to use the Washington area code of 509. And today, WSU hosted BYU in Pullman before falling 21-19. However, the bigger storylines of this game were surrounding this team returning to the field after Rolovich's firing this week. Sports Director Brenda Green has more from Pullman.
Yeah, we're going to get to what transpired in this game in just a second, but first I want to talk about the week that was. Of course, Jake Dickert elevated into the interim head coaching position after Nick Rolovich was let go this week. Dickert said today was a dream come true for him and that he couldn't wait to hug his wife and kids after this game. It was a moment he said he'll never forget. Of course, that moment was born out of a difficult situation for this team, with Rolovich refusing to get vaccinated and therefore losing his job. Today was the first time we got to talk to the team since everything transpired. Abe Lucas showed up to his press conference in a Freedom of Choice shirt, seemingly referencing what happened to his head coach. We're going to hear from Abe in just a second about this week, but first here's Dickert on why he is so proud of this team.
What kept them going is their love for the game and their love for each other. You know, and they kept coming back to that as the week kept going. The energy, the effort kept building. You know, and I told them, nothing can steal your joy. Nothing. Okay, don't allow it to happen. All right, if you're the guy who loves to dance before practice, dance. You're the guy that likes to get into a little bit, BB receivers. You got to get back to being you.
I mean, I think a lot of people nationwide and even in this community probably expected us to just roll over and die. But I mean, that's the great thing about a team is that nobody else matters outside the first floor and the coaches. I mean, everything else is bollocks. So it's the team. Outside opinions are exactly that. They're opinions. They don't matter. And they're not really credible. What is credible is us. And that's the only thing that will ever be credible in any team across America.
Now to the game. If it weren't for a missed PAT, we still may be playing in Pullman. Unfortunately, on the Cougs' second touchdown of the day, the holder couldn't get the snap down cleanly, and it devolved from there. On the next WSU touchdown, they went for two, but the reverse did not go great, and WSU didn't get the ball back in this game. After that, Dickert was asked about the special teams problems after the game.
Just another reminder how important everyone's job is in that phase of the game. I always tell guys, you might not be an offense or defensive starter, okay, but you're a starter on special teams, okay? But nobody, in the media or around you talk about that. You're starting on special teams, okay? That's 40 snaps of football on average through the course of a game that has tremendous impact, and the advantage went to BYU today, and our guys, like I said, we'll watch the film on Monday, and there'll be a lot of, I like to call it scarring, right? If you make a mistake, it's got to scar you so you don't do it again. So there'll be a lot of learning come Monday, and our guys will be ready to hit that field come Tuesday morning.
If you're looking for a bright spot from this contest, look no further than one Max Borghi. He had 3 touchdowns and 83 yards of rushing. He also had 36 yards receiving. He was his classic spicy Borghi self out there today. This makes 5 touchdowns for him in the last 2 games. I asked Dickert about Borghi's play today, but he opted to take the question in a different direction.
I mean, I want to give a lot of credit to Max Borghi, and everyone talks about the player. I'm going to talk about the person. I think he obviously is voted the captain, and everyone knows who Max is. But he did a great job this week of just leading the charge of where we wanted to go and setting the example and being a great voice and a leader. To see him go play like that, we all know what he's capable of, right? We all know Max's talent. But the person inside matched the player today.
Defensively, Tyler Algier absolutely burned the Cougs today. He had nearly 200 yards rushing, and that's really what did WSU in this contest. The Cougs now take on Arizona State next Saturday at noon in Tempe, and then they get a much-needed bye week. I'm sure this team is just waiting for a week off after everything they have been through. Reporting in Pullman, I'm Brenna Green, KREM2 Sports.
Still to come tonight, a massive storm off the Washington coast is creating rough seas and has knocked over 30 shipping containers near Seattle. The latest details just ahead.